Welcome back, folks. This is Athletes Incorporated, and I'm Trey. This is my co-host, Harold Johnson. Check us on ibtv.us, Roku TV, YouTube. Comment, subscribe, like what we got going on. Real quick, I want to let you guys know 28 out of the 32 teams are starting mandatory minicamp next week, so that's going to be fun. We got football coming back. Also, speaking of racing, we saw an amazing track meet this weekend. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, or do you want me to?
Yeah, no, we're going to talk about but I want to go back to football for just a minute.
Okay.
Why are it's only 28? What are the other two teams being disciplined?
No, that's just how it goes. There's some teams, they stagger the starts.
Okay,
so
so
like I think the Broncos being one of them, but I think the Browns start later, and they're actually going to be on the HBO Hard Knocks. So they start a week later. Mm-hmm. I think Seattle starts a week later. Mm-hmm. They just, some of them stagger it. They all have their different times and days.
Right. Okay. Because there are some teams that have been fined and some of their practice time taken away because they violated the rules on how much you can practice during the off season.
Well, I mean, it's usually 30 out of 32, so two of those teams probably did. Mm-hmm. Two of the teams probably get disciplined.
Right.
Hopefully it's the Patriots.
Well, folks, this past weekend we had NCAA track and field championships, men and women. If I had to pick one sport, that's my favorite. I just absolutely love track and field. And this was an epic year. I mean, just really a really great year. And it was in Eugene, Oregon. So if you know anything about Eugene, it can start raining sheets and then turn as beautiful as can be within 5-10 minutes. And they had all of that. The first day, which was started on Thursday, it was probably a little too warm for some people.
It was hot.
And I remember they staggered it. Men, women. So Friday,
heptathlon, decathlon going every day, right?
They go in every day.
Okay.
Well, just 2 days.
Oh, just 2 days, right?
2 days. But they had the women's finals and championship was yesterday, Saturday. The men wound up their championship on Friday. The men's winner ended up being University of Georgia, which no one thought would happen. But they had a young man who won the shot and the hammer, so he gets 20 points by himself. 50-something points won the meet.
52 points won the meet.
52 points. So you have a young man that wins that. I mean, it's unbelievable, and that wasn't supposed to happen. So they come from and are able to beat Florida, which was probably the odds-on favorite to win it, and because the points with track and field, which is why it's so fun, you have to perform on that day.
Right.
And if you don't get it on that day, and everybody can make excuses for different things, but everybody's under the same conditions. Right. So you have to perform on the same conditions. In the 4x1, second year in a row, University of Houston won.
With three of their sprinters going to the finals for 100 meter dash, folks.
Three of them in the 100. Won the 100. Kevin Burrell.
And his friend Eli or Isaiah took seconds.
Right. And then we come to the 200 where we think that Florida and them are going to get big points or something. And a kid from Ohio State, was it?
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
I'm wrong. Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
From Texas Tech.
Divine Odaro.
Yeah. And
from Nigeria.
And wins from lane 8.
Yep.
Wins from lane 8.
So you know he was.
Yeah. I mean, people just, that's the way it is on that day because they're all great in that final. They're all great in that final. Just all the races were really great. Had a great 1500.
Yeah.
A great half mile. The half mile was something.
Half mile was great.
Won by a freshman.
Penn State. We are Penn State.
Yeah.
Even deeper than that, the favorite in the steeplechase from Houston, that would have won him the meet too.
Yes.
That would actually won him the meet. Tripped and fell.
And goes from first place, and I mean he was way out front.
Way out front. Yeah.
So he goes from 10 points. Did he even get a point?
I think I'm not sure.
But
I'm not sure.
But
he was way in front. He was killing them.
It's the way that the points fall on it. The kid from I think Southern Cal won the high jump.
Right.
He did. He won the high jump. Mm-hmm. Then triple jump was a kid from Texas A&M.
Correct.
Texas A&M. Long jump might have been a Florida kid. But so it's just the way the points fall with that. Kid from South Dakota won the pole vault. 19-1.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. 19-1 for that. So, and then the mile relay,
Which is I think me and my dad's favorite. I can say that's our favorite race.
I love the mile relay. The team from Southern Cal broke the world record. Yeah. Not the world record, broke the meet record and the NCAA record for that. And they didn't even, by that time, they were mathematically out of the championship run, but they still ran that great to get that record. Yeah. Then you have the kid from Southern Cal who broke the meet record and ran the second fastest all time, only to Edwin Moses. Yeah. He ran 47:02 over the hurdles. And then you have, it was Norman, him. But you have the Norman kid that breaks the record in the quarter, in the 400. So SC really showed some individual things, 3 records there.
And the girls also won.
We got that, but just talking about the men, finish them up. Yeah. Then we have the hurdles. The kid from Florida did win the hurdles. Yep. But I believe that the young man from Illinois would have won if he wasn't doubling. He ran the 110 highs and ran the 400 hurdles. Right. So he wasn't real fresh. Right. But it was.
Yeah, and I didn't know this, and maybe you knew it, but they have prelims, semis, they run a finals. So there's a lot of running.
So you have to run a third time to get to the final. So it's how you are able to manage your energy system. But I think even better, the women's side was even more exciting. Yeah, it was unbelievable. The young lady won from LSU won the 100 second time. Right. But then the Carol Smith Gilbert, who was born and raised here in Denver, Colorado, folks. She's head coach for men and women at Southern Cal. Just did a fabulous job. The women, it comes down to the final for the 4x4, and either Southern Cal wins it and wins the meet, or they don't. So they can't even come in second. And the first 2 legs were terrible. The third leg, now they're down by 30 meters. Yeah. The third leg, the girl makes up a little bit, but then she messes up the stick.
Right, the handoff.
So the young lady running on anchor is almost at a standstill. But she walks this girl down. It's unbelievable.
Walks a few girls down, actually.
Well, walks a bunch of, but it's funny because the commentator, he's saying, well, Purdue has won this, and there's no way that she can get her as long as they don't drop the baton. And then 2 seconds later, he's, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And she walks her down. That shows you when somebody really, really wants to win it. But the girls' side was absolutely great, man. The 400 record was set. Young lady from Georgia, who ended up running 49.80. She's only 5'5". She was the shortest girl in the race. She runs 55. She's 5'5", and then she runs 49.80. 200 was won by the young lady from SC, which was a shock. They didn't expect to get points there. They expect to get points there. They didn't get points 4x1.
And she didn't run the curve.
Right. But it's just a great meet. The young lady from Arizona State doubled and won the shot and the discus. Yeah. And she scored in the hammer, too.
Yeah, she scored. She was like 3rd or 4th in the hammer.
Just a great distance young lady. We have to mention the young lady from Georgia who won the long jump and the triple jump. Just a great storied career. The young lady, and before we get out of it, we got to mention something that we don't necessarily agree with. These young kids going pro in track too soon. The McLaughlin young lady from Kentucky,
Sadie McLaughlin,
a phenom, she's going to go pro after freshman year. I think it's a big mistake. Yeah. The Norman kid from SC with
freshman year,
I think it's a mistake. I don't think that they are mature enough emotionally. They don't have all of their social skills together. And the money's not that big, as we're talking about pro basketball or pro baseball, where there's millions tied up. No, they should do the young lady from Georgia. She mentioned, and she's 3-time NCAA champion. I stayed to be able to work with that group of people, to get myself together, and to be mature to go out here in the world and handle this. I'm hoping. I wish them luck. I don't know that can happen. And before we stop, we need to mention one more thing. We hate doing it, about our man Trump. Now he says that after LeBron James says, no matter who wins, we're not coming to the White House. Well, you're not invited anyway. Right. And then he's going to pardon Muhammad Ali. You can't pardon someone who the Supreme Court overturned everything. They exonerated him. That's beyond pardoning.
Right.
He doesn't even know that. But, you know, we have this continual thing and he said that now his approval rating and black people love him twice as much. I would not lie. But but I'm glad they're not going
I want to
the
see
White House.
what Washington does. I think they're going to go, though, because it's a predominantly white team.
And they're right in Washington.
And they're in Washington.
You know, we'll see. Well, listen, folks, thanks so much.